All right, welcome to a demonstration of the Neuroinformatics database. This will be an overview of the system. In other videos, we will describe in detail some of the features available. When you first log into the system, you will see a summary of recently collected studies. So these are imaging sessions collected in NiDB within the past 3 days. You will also see a list of your recently viewed subjects and also recently viewed imaging studies. We'll look over here at an imaging session that was collected this morning. Normally, data that's collected through MRI will be received and archived and available on the system within a few minutes after each scan completes. So as an MRI is being performed and it's being sent over to NiDB, it will show up here and you'll be able to view it almost in real time. Again, this kind of thing can be helpful, especially when you have the motion parameters available and some of the thumbnail images available to determine before the subject leaves the scanner if a scan needs to be repeated. So here is a scan again from this morning. We can see it started at 10:01 a.m. and continued on for an hour and 45 minutes. And on this page, we can see specific information about the study. We can see what number it is. This is just a unique number for the session. We can see the date and time that the scan was and some information about the subject themselves. This information is all pulled from the DICOM header. We can also see who the operator was if we ever need to, and who was entering information onto the console. Onto NiDB. In other words, who the research assistant was who was helping with the scan. So on this page, we see in chronological order the series that were collected from the scanner. And we'll just kind of go through the columns here. First, just a series number. Then you can upload behavioral data if you need to. Imagine you have a task, a resting state task. Maybe they were supposed to press a button during these tasks, and you recorded all that. You could upload that behavioral data file into here, and it would show up in this area here. And we can also see the protocol information. So when you mouse over this, this will give you a brief overview of some of the MRI parameters. If you click on the protocol name itself, you get much more detailed information. And if you mouse over this icon, you get a thumbnail, and in some cases you will also get a animated GIF. If you don't have one of the icons, then that isn't available. If you click here, you will be able to view with 3D rendering, but that can take a while to load, so we'll skip that for now. If you need to add notes to a particular session, you can add them here. Just click, type your notes, and hit enter. We can have a brief overview of some quality control. Here we have the motion in X, Y, and Z, the total displacement. And here we have what's labeled as acceleration, but it's really just the difference between two adjacent volumes. So this is what is the maximum displacement difference between two volumes. And then we have the per voxel SNR, signal to noise ratio. This is over time for time series data. You can see that it isn't there for 3D data. And every volume is going to have some sort of inside-outside SNR. So that would be what most people would look at. And we have some other information, the TR, the voxel spacing, the pixel size, and other stuff. You can download the whole imaging series if you want from here, or you can download the behavioral data from here if you want to. We're also going to look at the quality control information. So this is a very basic view with motion and SNR again, and we can go into here and view much more information. I'm not sure this will actually show up in the video, so we'll look at that a different way. All right, so going back out of this area, we're going to go look at this particular subject. And we can see that we have the basic subject demographics. If you want to use a family tree, you can associate this subject with another subject, so you can maintain family associations. And you can view this particular subject's enrollment in various projects. We can see that this subject has been enrolled in 2 different projects, and within those projects they've done each one MRI. You can see when it was done and any other particular information about it. If we wanted to create a new imaging session of any kind, these are our available modalities. You can create it, and it would be added to this project enrollment. If you also want to manually enroll a subject in a different project, you can do that. Just choose one and then enroll them. Let's go back to the beginning. So again, this is kind of a summary of all of the data that is very recent or some that you were recently looking at. But if you want to go and find data that is older, if you happen to know the ID or you want to look for something in particular, this is a page, the subjects page will get you a list of subjects that match certain criteria. So imagine we're searching for someone with a name of book, and we can find there's a couple of subjects that match it. It just means that that word book is contained somewhere in their name. If you also wanted to search by date of birth or gender, or the IDs, you can search for those as well. And then from there you can go and see that this particular subject has been enrolled in lots of projects with lots of data. And if you wanted to actually do something with the data, then you come over here to the search page. This allows you to search in depth with a lot more parameters than the previous page showed. You can search by date of birth, sex, project enrollment. You can also search by institution, equipment, scan date, modality, anything like that. A lot of MRI parameters. And of course you can search for lists. If you happen to have a list of 20 IDs, you could put that list in there and it would find the data from those 20 people. So here again, we're just going to search for just book and see what this book person has done. Searching and searching, and there we go. So we found 253 series from 2 subjects and 38 imaging sessions or imaging studies. And here is all of the data. So again, just like the study view, a lot of the basic information about an MRI session is available here, and some quality control information. So if you wanted to do something with this data, such as download it, we can just go and select this session here. That's going to select all of this data, which again includes the behavioral data associated with each series. We can go down here to the bottom, and we can choose where to download it. Now, depending on where the NiDB installation you have is located, you may or may not have all of these options. We're going to choose the web download for this one just to make it simple. And we're also going to choose the conversion format to be in Nifty 4D. We're going to preserve the series numbers instead of renumbering them. You can see that's a way of renumbering them. The behavioral data will be placed in this format. And we're going to stick with this directory naming scheme. And then you click download, and we're going to see some information here. This is kind of a summary. You can go back up to search and data request status, and you will see most likely yours is right at the top. And we can see that it's preparing the download. So it is 570 megabytes altogether that it's going to prepare. We can refresh the page. We can see that it's starting to work on it. When this gets to 100%, it's going to start zipping it up, and then this will be available as a download link. All right, so let's go look at some other things. We have a project summary. So this is all of the projects that are available, and there is also a summary of what's available in each project. Here we have a project called BSNP, and we have a summary of the modalities that are available within it. And we're going to continue this in the next video.